been finishing off the tailpiece, which is all done now. I've been doing various other bits and pieces throughout the year, which let's have a look at those now. I've put on some new clip-ons, and these are much tidier, and yeah, I think they look better, but more importantly, just by adjustment of this one nut here, or this one Allen bolt, I can adjust them up. So if I go a little bit of touring, then all I need to do is just flatten them up. I can even pull them back a little bit if I want to clear the tank, but I can make it much more relaxed, upright for long distance. But in normal course events, they're sort of slightly sloping downwards. They are already a little bit higher anyway, but they look quite nice. And I've also put on the eBay sourced Brembo sort of RC19, I think they sort of call it, replica. And yeah, that takes an awful lot less room, and it's got a remote reservoir, which I think is more modern, nicer looking than the great big bulky sort of fixed onto the piston itself. But also it allows me to put something a bit more custom on at a later date in terms of the reservoir. And I've just connected them up, and I've got a bleed in, but I can't find my bleed kit at the moment, but I'll come back to that. But of course the problem with this, and the clutch as well on the other side, this is a matching pair, is they don't have brake light switches or clutch switches which enable you to start the bike in gear. But I was looking around on eBay, and here what I've done is I've purchased, just to test it, as you can see it just there, that is a banjo bolt that obviously goes through the banjo fitting on the hydraulic line, and hanging out the back here, that's his rubber boot that I've yet to put on, is they come out straight as well if you want them, but this, I've got a 90-degree hydraulic pressure switch. So I bought one and thought I'd give it a test, but as you can see I haven't bled them yet, but it's just connected to a multimeter on resistance testing. So that overcomes the micro switch that's fitted on the standard Japaneses and on the standard Moto Guzzi switch gear. So that gives me my front brake light. So that's otherwise I think it'd be an MOT failure. But so I've just ordered another one for the clutch, so I can reconnect the clutch switch. Reasonably successful purchase off of eBay. How long they last is another matter. But at £6.50 I think it was for a hydraulic pressure switch, you know, if it does go wrong, it's no big hardship to replace it. But even without bleeding it, does seem to be working quite well. Cool. So this is about it finished for this year. What I've done since the last video summarising the changes. Well, I put the second spot lamp down here, just to sort of make it look a bit different. Also chopped the front mudguard. It just looked a little bit touring and a little bit sort of old-fashioned. I've changed the brake master cylinders and clutch, and also added these little Rizoma reservoirs. I've actually changed the grips around the other way as well, because when you're sort of holding on, and especially using the throttle, it's mainly the sort of thumb and forefinger. So I've changed those around. See the new indicators that I talked about. A new rear reservoir for the rear brake, and also I saw this on Facebook. A guy just bought a bike, and he put this on, and that's sourced this from Australia, so thank you very much. It was brilliant. That's in titanium, and I think that looks so much better than the 4-slotted toaster that many people refer to it as. Obviously the single seat, and of course the new tailpiece, all built from scratch. Also did a new, just a very simple, it's got to be powder coated, a new bracket for the exhaust, and it's sort of like a heel plate as well. And I think that's probably about it, I think. But that's it for the moment. I think in terms of plans, what I'd love to do is replace the massive sort of air box which is connected onto the two throttle housings, and remove it from the back, because although it provides a little bit of a kind of rear mudguardy kind of effect, it is very big and cumbersome and plasticky. So that would be a nice thing to do. And I've written to, I think, Hypothesis, if that's how you pronounce it, which is they do a sort of custom kit for a sports cafe racer type thing. So hopefully they'll come back, otherwise I'll have to fabricate it from scratch. But other than that, that's about it for this year, and give me something to do over the winter. And I'm just about to take it for an MOT now.